New at 5, a Channel 2 consumer investigation reveals a crucial safety device installed on the big rigs you drive behind often. Well, they often fail at the worst possible time. Consumer investigator Jim Strickland scoured dozens of accident reports and found those failures led to crashes that kill.
Yeah, Justin, the device is the underride guard. It's this metal bar here. It serves as the big rig's rear bumper. It's designed to stop a car from sliding underneath the truck during a rear impact collision. But I've discovered the design is dated and many times deadly. These are images of underride. In the violent meeting of semi and sedan, the truck always wins.
We saw two police cars pulling up, and we knew exactly what to expect. 2009,
Ken Palazzo's 20-year-old son, Kyle, hadn't shown up for dinner with his fiancée. The wedding was in 3 months. Kyle's death in this underride crash in Forsyth County was instantaneous.
You immediately go into shock. You can't handle that kind of information.
The truck's underride guard was supposed to stop the car, enough so the airbag could save Kyle. Photos show the guard buckled at impact. A federal study says over a 2-year span, Kyle's was one of 724 rear-end crash deaths involving a car and a semi. Despite the guards, underride was a factor 70% of the time.
So any excess speed just...
I asked crash reconstruction expert Bruce Enns.
Rear underride guards, do they work?
They're not as effective as they should be at all.
Why not?
Simply, they don't have enough stopping power.
Enns says the front of a car today rides much lower to the ground to save gas. But federal standards for underride guards are from 1998. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety petitioned the government to update the rules after a series of crash tests in 2010. The weakest performing underride guard was from Hyundai. Look at the guard fold up. Its bolts snapped off. Remember the trailer Kyle Palazzo hit? It was a Hyundai with a guard that also folded and failed, but conformed to the 1998 standard.
If the government standards were higher, then they'd have to meet them.
Maintenance is another issue. We drove all over metro interstates and easily found guards mangled, guards weakened with rust. And look, this guard dangling like a broken branch. Sergeant William Satterfield of Georgia's Motor Carrier Compliance Unit enforces the underride rules.
The reason it stops you, notice the rear underride protection system on that trailer is severely bent forward.
A bent guard with too much give.
That metal's fatigued.
Even the trucker didn't know.
I've been pulling that trailer for about 6 months, and it's just had the annual inspection about 3 months ago.
A new series of crash tests shows vast improvements in Hyundai's guards after a 2011 redesign. But even after 4 years since the first tests, federal regulators are still studying whether underride rules 15 years old need updating. Ken Palazzo's not encouraged.
I think there's so many issues that they can't solve that this is just one that you just put in the pile with the rest of them.
Now, I called Hyundai's trailer operation in San Diego multiple times. I emailed them as well and got no response. Even the company's automotive spokesman didn't know how to reach the trailer people. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's current budget to study underride and a host of other safety issues is $3 million out of a total budget of $828 million.
And Jim, what about the highway safety folks petitioning for some updates to the standards here?
Well, I was on the phone this afternoon with the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, and they double-checked for me. They have no record that NHTSA ever responded to them, not even with a letter that NHTSA had received the petition. They've never heard a word.